Man, I see you on there with Martin Lawrence, training Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
I know Martin Lawrence coming up, I think he had a little boxing. You could tell his coordination, he's more of a boxer than a basketball player.
Yeah.
How was that working with him? Did it took him long to get that coordination, or how was that working with Martin?
Yeah, so shout out to my guy Larry. He from DC as well. He's actually a great boxer. Larry, his best friend. Okay. And that's why Martin's real good at boxing, because Larry be putting him through the workout. Martin just posted some workouts boxing. And you're not wrong. That's good that you picked up on that. Like the first 15 minutes, his rhythm was off towards basketball, because in boxing and shooting is two different elements of the body, if that makes sense. And a good example too, I trained Ryan Garcia. I trained Ryan Garcia in basketball. I'll be going to his house and training, because a lot of athletes that don't play basketball want to play basketball to get stimulated away from what they really do. So when Martin was training the first 15 minutes, respectfully, it wasn't great, because his body wasn't used to doing certain things. But once he started getting in that motion, about 30 minutes in, I mean, Martin was knocking that jump. And one thing I respect about people like him, Mark Cuban, Drake, Future, 2 Chainz, all the people I train, they not faking. Like, the reason why they're successful is because when you have them do something, they won't stop until they get it right. So when I train, even like Mark Cuban, he kept messing up on something. The workout was supposed to last an hour. The workout went 3 hours, because he really wanted to learn all the stuff I was showing him. I said, man, we got to go. No, I ain't going nowhere. But I'm like, damn. And I was thinking, this dude's crazy, but he's not crazy. That's why he's successful. He's not stopping until he figure it out. And that's how Martin was as well, man. Martin was knocking that thing down. It's just, like you say, man, it's just a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
Give me 3 to 5 people you train, not your best shooters.
Yeah.
Your hardest workers.
Yeah.
And you come off your head, give me 3 or 5.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody I train is hard workers, because what I do, respectful to everybody that I've trained before, if I train you, Kurt, in the first few workouts, I think you're not serious, man, I think we just, we shouldn't train, if that makes sense. So, but if I see you hungry, I'm with you, if that makes sense. So I feel like everybody that I train is just dogs. Sabonis is a dog. Skylar Diggins is a dog. You know what I mean? Bobby Porter's a dog. You see Grayson Allen, he a dog. You know what I mean? So it's just, I feel like everybody definitely takes it to the next level.
You said earlier you trained Garcia. I don't want to put you on the spot, but he got a big fight tonight.
He do.
Him and Tank. Yeah. Who you like? Who you think of win?
It's crazy. I was telling my man this when I was driving here. Coming from the DMV, it's hard to root for either one, man. Because I'm around Ryan Garcia, he my man, and Tank come from where we come from, if that makes sense. And it's just, I'm gonna be honest, all due respect to all the people that's doing what they're doing right now, I'm just happy to see a real boxing match. It's a lot of stuff that's happening right now. Because I grew up on Spinks, I grew up on Tyson, I grew up on different type of boxing. Even around the rec with me and my best friend Brandon, we learned how to fight with Mr. Tyson around the way, around Langdon. So it's like, we know what real boxing look like. And I just feel like, to just see a real boxing match tonight, man, it's giving me the chills, man. And what people don't understand too, like when you watch Tank, not saying Ron Garcia don't have this, but his mannerisms, I know what the mannerisms is, because we come from that. So if you're in a situation, you see somebody like, okay, he plotting, he thinking. They think on TV that he acting. Nah, that's him. And I think yesterday somebody touched him that wasn't a part of his camp. Said, man, don't touch me. Bernard, and Bernard got it. He said, Bernard, what the fuck are you with? Don't touch me. But that's because of that environment he come from. That's how he is. If me and you argue with somebody, man, you chit down the whole attention to you. So it's just, I don't know, man. I might have to flip that one back to you, because I was
well, you flip back me. I like both of them.
So you going with my approach?
But I'm going with Tank. I'm
go with Tank?
I'm going with Tank. But I like Ryan Garcia because he a spiritual guy. You know what I'm saying? He well spoken.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? Like he trying to settle on image. Tank not settle on image too. That's who he is. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I just Tank that DNA, and I done seen Tank spar. And dude didn't get the best of him in spar. He did pretty good. And he was like, nah, one more round. He wanted, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to leave out knowing that you was in it with me, right? So that's why I kind of average him. Have you ever seen a game with 2 guys you trained battling, like going hard? They shooting at each other. Did you watch one of those games before?
Man, it's a blessing, man. I've seen a lot of those games, and it's hard for me.
To take a side.
It's hard for me to take a side. You know what I mean? So it's just. But it's still, again, when you be saying those surreal moments, one of the moments that make you want to cry. Man, look at God. The Bucks playing the Celtics, man. Grant Williams going against Bobby Portis in the post or something like that. So it's just, man, like, it's priceless, man. You know what I mean? Just to see that type of stuff. Because like I said, it's a blessing that I'm here, but I never thought it'd be this much steroids on what I'm doing right now in my life. Yeah.
I know you train a lot of some WNBA young ladies. I'm assuming college young ladies too. Have you ran across anybody who can outshoot Caitlin Clark?
Well, the one thing that Caitlin's doing is remarkable. I would say she's a one of one. I think she could probably outshoot a lot of men right now. You know what I mean? So I don't think anybody in that space right now on how she was doing it in the NCAA can do it. Now, if she does that at the next level of the WNBA, now we're talking something different. You get what I'm saying? But she's definitely one of the best shooters I've ever seen in my life. That was different. And I love her hunger. You know, for her to just show that she ain't backing down. It's not easy to play against some of the teams that she played against. You know what I mean? And she got that dog in her. You know what I mean? So definitely shout out to Caitlin. She did a good job.
I watch you train NBA players because I know your brand is the 3-point line. Right. But I'm watching you training players. I'm seeing you give them counters, turnaround, mid-range, and all that. Bar your injuries and the knowledge that you got now, do you think you would have been an NBA player?
Absolutely. You know, there's a lot of things that I did wrong growing up. And the biggest thing I would say I used to do wrong, which I'm not saying they weren't saying they'll do it. I wasn't eating right. Like I'd be around the way eating 5 wings and fries with mumbo sauce every day. I was eating freaking but in which we didn't have the money, but I could have ate better, if that makes sense. It's different things. I was doing all-nighters and I got school the next day. That type of stuff takes a toll on your body. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you in college, I was stand up sometimes overseas. You know, I ain't no perfect guy. When I was my first time in France, man, the first 2 weeks, I'm from DC, man. I just came to France. They gave me an Audi. I got a condo. They gave me $20,000, $30,000 to have in my pocket for the first few. I'm having a ball. My other man, his name Dylan. He from Chicago. He was the center. So me and him just going crazy. So I would say if you really, really want to make it to the top, you got to sacrifice a lot. And that's why when you see people in the NBA, how dare us say, man, he's some shit. Or this person, man, they did something right to get there, if that makes sense. Or like you saying, like, Ryan Garcia not a good What? Look what he doing right now with his life. If you was good at boxing, you would have got there. And I feel like a lot of people got to stop doing that because now, like you say, that I'm around different personalities and not just NBA players. I'm around the Bad Bunnies and the different people. And when you see they're doing different stuff in that craft, man, it's so motivating. But people don't see the stuff behind the scenes, if that makes sense. And if you really want to take it to the next level, in which I did wrong, man, you don't got no room. Like I think you said it's 3 seconds of bad decision.
3 seconds.
It's just like that when you chasing your greatness, man. You can't, you got to stay super, you got to keep going hard, if that makes sense. And that's what I did wrong. That's what I did wrong. Yeah.
Give me the most threes you ever made in a game, and give me the most threes you ever made working out to your drills.
Shout out to Chris Howard. He played at Friendly High School.
Big point guard.
I made 12 NBA threes in the game because of him. We had a game. Larry Madness was the coach. Shout out to Lawernce too. Lawernce Nwaku. He played at Syracuse. And he was the one setting screens for me. So I had about 3 threes in the first half. And then Lawernce was like, man, what the fuck is you doing? Like, you out to shoot the ball.
Shoot the ball,
I bet say no more. Then L was like, if you pass, I'm taking you the hell out the game. Say no more. You know what I mean? So I hit 12 threes that game. I hold multiple records in Atlantic 10 where I hit 8 threes in games. I have 3-point records in different arenas in the A10 where I hit 8 threes in a game. So it's just the most threes I've ever made in a row. When I was doing Run the Racks on Instagram Live, I made 75 NBA threes in a row. But I was in top tier. So starting May 1st, I go back into like my boxing camp, because I got to break another world record. I have to lose 18 pounds. They're going to change my diet. All my interns coming to the gym, and I probably make about 1,000 shots a day. So I'm probably going to train for about 2 months to get ready for the next world record. Then I get like a day or two to break the world record. So I'll be more than ready. Yeah.
I know you may have multiple people in this question, but who was one of the people you trained that didn't have a basketball background, but they shot the level off that joint and shocked you?
That's a really good question. I'll say French Montana.
Oh yeah, French can shoot that day?
I mean, he really surprised me, man. Him, Polo G surprised me. Marlon Wayans.
Oh yeah,
he surprised me. Yeah, he surprised me. He got a nice shot there, because they don't really have basketball backgrounds like that before. You know what I'm saying? But they really surprised me, because when I go into a workout with different people that basketball isn't their profession, my first 5 to 10 minutes is to see, is this person some shit or not, if that makes sense.
Right.
And then I have to reverse the training, that if they're so bad, it's not really about making a lot of shots, because sometimes people feel like, since I'm lethal shooter, they got to prove themselves.
Right, yeah.
Now I switch my workouts that I'm just making it fun and stimulating, if that makes sense. Right. But I would say everybody that I train, once they get in that workout and they're serious, you see the videos. I mean, you saw with Jamie Foxx.
Right.
Jamie Foxx and everybody be doing. Once you listen, not saying you got to listen to me, once you hear the changes that I made and you just do it, but don't do what you want to do, you're going to make it.
Cause I see you give people some mechanics.
Yeah.
And after the 4th or 5th shot, they start making 2 on the road. They couldn't even hit the rim.
Yeah.
So that speaks to that.
That just happened with Kevin Gates. So Kevin Gates, he was like, man, that ain't gonna work. Listen, you want to make these NBA threes consistent? Do this. And he did it. It's on his YouTube as well. He was knocking them down. And I said, man, thank you, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Kevin Gates is another real one.
Yeah.
We got to get him on the couch. I seen him a couple times shoot some videos in D.C., man.
Oh, yeah,
show
he did.
love. Show love. Yeah, good man.
And he did say that. He did say he have a lot of love for the city. One thing I can say about meeting Kevin Gates in person, man, that dude is definitely motivating. He's a good brother, man. So definitely shout out to Kevin Gates, and he got to come to the couch, man.
Right, yeah, got to come to the couch. Yeah.
Out the park, niggas know me. Curtbone, little homie. All days, yeah. Been a roll.
Thank you for watching Changing Jewels on Curtbone TV. If you like the jewels that we are dropping, subscribe, hit the notification, and share with some friends. And I'll see you on the next episode of Changing Jewels, Curtbone TV.